Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day. My name is Nur Kamila Afika binti Muhammad Sofyan S58194. We'll be presenting about stable isotope analysis of sharks and ray from Kuala Pahang, Pahang. First and foremost, Malaysia is one of the countries that rich in sharks and rays diversity, including 85 species of rays from 12 families and 70 species of sharks from 18 families. Regarding Abdul Haris Hilmi et al. 2017, results obtained from the studies provide scientific information to the Department of Fisheries Malaysia (DOF) policy in order to conserve and sustainable exploitation of managing sharks and rays resources. By using stable isotope analysis based on the principle you are what you eat, which the ratio varies of the food web are incorporated in the animal tissue via its diet. Regarding to Hobson 1999, trace the carbon, hydrogen, and other isotopes in the sample can ensure its migratory activities and other things. Research background. Stable isotope helps in discovering migratory routes, trophic levels, and geographic origin of migratory animals. Based on the use of stable isotope in the study of animal migration, Learn Science at Kitable 2012. Carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen isotope will be used as the indicators to carry out this research. Carbon isotopes are used to reconstruct migratory routes and the diet sources of the species based on the Hobson 1999, while nitrogen isotopes helps in undergoing an increase in heavy isotopes enrichment with each trophic level and therefore act as tool of determining dietary shift based on Hobson and Wessenier 2008. Lastly, hydrogen isotope or deuterium vary with weather conditions, resulting in predicts the spatial variation across continents. For the justification part, abundance of sharks and rays migrate to Kuala Pahang waters indicates to the new dietary and migratory activities. This research will be conducted in Kuala Pahang due to the frequently higher catch of sharks and rays recorded compared to other states in the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia. In Pahang, the landing of sharks and rays recorded were 774 tons and 1,194 tons respectively. There are four objectives that we will study. Firstly, to determine the catch composition of sharks and rays at some species level. Secondly, to determine the nursery ground for some of the fish species as a consequence to the trawl activity along monsoon season. Thirdly, to provide environmental management and conservation strategies in this area. And lastly, to investigate the foreign dynamics and trophic role. So for the methodology part, the sampling site that we will carry out is at Kuala Pahang. There are about four methodology. Firstly, sample collection at Kuala Pahang, which we will conduct in coastal water of Kuala Pahang using a Zone A wooden fishing vessel. Next is sample preservation. We will preserve about -20 degrees Celsius for 4 days prior to the analysis based on Kim and Koch 2012. Next, sampling combusting by using Zircon NCAR GCL elemental analyzer. And lastly, data analysis by using IBM SPSS or Pearson correlation. Okay, so this is my Gantt chart. I will carry out proposal presentation, writing and submission, sampling, lab and data analysis, thesis writing, progress presentation, final presentation, thesis submission, and lastly poster submission around July 2022 until June 2023. Okay, so for the expected outcomes, the study using stable isotope analysis of carbon and nitrogen in order to study the food webs and determine the dietary carbon resources of sharks and rays in Kuala Pahang waters. Sharks and rays, either juvenile or adults or both, dependent on nursery for food and protection before going further into the sea. And lastly, Kuala Pahang is a suitable habitat for sharks of family Hemiclinidae and stingrays from family Daciatidae. Both are small inshore and offshore demersal sharks and ray species, based on Compact Note 2001 and Nur Farhana et al. 2013. These are my references for 2 pages. That is all for me, Nur Kamila Afika binti Muhammad Sofyan. Thank you and have a good day ahead.